Hey y'all, happy Friday, and I hope you've had a great week and that you're on a good track for the beginning of this winter. This is Mindset Mastery Affirmation Tarot, and we're going to start as usual with the Mindset Mastery cards. The deck is getting thin. It has been for a little while, and every time I do this, I keep saying it's too thin to do that fluffily thing. But, I manage. It'll come down to the point where there's only two cards left. And then, what am I going to do with the fluffily part? I might just have to do the shuffly part. Anyway, let's see. Ow. I stabbed myself with my fingernail. That's not a good thing. All right, so we are starting with, you can't see that. Lighting's weird today. I got sunshine pouring in the windows. It's a beautiful thing. All right, so the card reads, money is a tool I use for good and to help others. The more I give, the more I receive. Now, this is one of the basics of the law of attraction, is that in order to receive, that you have to behave as if you have plenty. And a lot of people tout that that means that you have to give. Now, yes and no. Yes, if you have more than enough, it's good to share. And this goes with not just money, this goes with any kind of abundance. Say you've got, a lunch that's twice as big as you need it to be, or you brought some extra food with you and you see that somebody doesn't have, have much of a lunch. They're working on a bag of chips, but they don't have anything else because they don't have any money for anything else. So, it never hurts to offer somebody to share something that you have. And I'm not putting money out of that. But be very judicious about how you use your tools. And money is a tool. Money is not, it's not your worth. It's not an indicator of what you're worth. Your worth is intrinsic to you. It's intrinsic to your nature. It's intrinsic to how you behave and the content of your character, as Martin Luther King once said in his I Have a Dream speech, that a person should be judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. But the point being is that who you are is more important than what you have. So if you do have a little extra, it's never going to hurt you to share. You don't have to go hungry just to feed somebody else. You don't have to go without just to make sure that somebody else has. But if you already have, and you have the means to make sure that somebody else does have something similar or enough, then it's a really, really nice thing to go ahead and share and use the power of that tool that you have. The biggest of which is your heart. So that being said, yes, and as you give, so shall ye receive. Not to bastardize the Bible too much. As you sow, so shall you reap. Yeah. So set up automated charitable giving. So I have a couple of little charities that I give to on a regular basis, and I'm very proud of it because it may not be much, but it's something that I can afford and it's something that I believe in. So establish a regular schedule for donating a portion of your income or time, no matter how small, to charitable organizations or to causes you support. Automating this process ensures that you consistently give back and reinforces the belief that the more you give, the more you receive, not only in financial abundance, but also in the satisfaction of making a positive impact on the world. And God, is that true? When you find a way to be generous, if it's a buck or two a month to something that you believe in, it makes you feel better about yourself, which helps you keep your inner light glowing. And that inner light is what attracts abundance to you. When you can say, I have so much that I've got an extra buck or two to spare. That's a great mentality. That's a great mindset to be in, because you're acknowledging your gratitude for what you have, and that you do have enough, and that you have more than enough so that you can share to help somebody else who might be in a bad way. So yeah, and I mean, and it starts a circle of generosity and building your inner light and building your vibration higher and higher. So keep that in mind while you are contemplating your generosity. And sometimes don't forget that generosity is not just about money. Sometimes it's about time. And time is the one thing that is finite, that we don't really think about as finite. I've been one to say, for the majority of my life, I've got more time than money. So, how can I help? And the older I get, let's just say where I'm at, I still say it sometimes because it's pretty true. But it's getting less and less that I have the time. So eventually it's going to be that, those time and financial donations are going to get smaller and smaller the closer I get toward my end. But that's okay. It is the way it is. And, we do the best we can. We help out where we can. And as long as you can do that and feel good about what you're offering, then that's kind of what makes the biggest difference. Anyway, on to the Rethink Tarot cards. So the first one that we have here is Life Flow. Oh, I have a feeling we're going to get into the idea of Wu Wei, which is just literally kind of going with the flow, the action of inaction. So what is that? It's a reflection. Okay, wow, that's weird. Okay. I surrender to the natural rhythm of the universe, gracefully flowing towards the realization of my success. With unwavering trust, I embrace the unfolding of my journey, knowing that every twist and turn is purposeful and leads me closer to my desired destination. So this is definitely in the vein of Wu Wei, but this is also in the vein of trust the universe. The universe, so they tell us, has a plan that is much grander and deeper than our own contrivances, than our own ideas of what we should have, what we should be, what we should do, that the universe has more in store for us than we realize. So when you find that you are stuck in a torrential flow or flood of just chaos and cacophony and catastrophe sometimes, yeah, I like alliteration, y'all know that. Sometimes the best thing to do is to just roll onto your back if you can and just float and see where the river takes you. And flood analogies are really risky because we have been having so many floods, or we have had floods, and it's been catastrophic, and it's torn a lot of lives apart, horribly so. But the idea is that the universe has something in store for you, so stop trying to control it. Sometimes when it's really, really forcing you out of control, stop trying to control it. Just, see what you can do. Even if you're, say for instance, if you're far away from shore and you get caught, say by like a riptide, and you get drawn further and further away from shore, you can get to shore by swimming at an angle. So if what am I doing here? Okay, so if this is, here's your land, and here's you out here, and you're drifting out here all of a sudden, what you can do, let's start here, is you can start swimming at a diagonal, or what they tell you to do to kind of break that rip current that's got you, is to start swimming at a diagonal to shore so that you're not completely going against it, but you're kind of using it. And it's not going to get you back to where you were. It might not even get you back to where you wanted to be, but it's going to get you back to somewhere, and that somewhere might be where you're needed to be, if that makes sense. So in that respect, that's how I read Wu Wei. So in the next card, we have New Beginnings. Now, this is not the first time we've had the New Beginnings card, but let's see what this one says. I welcome new beginnings into my life with unshakable trust, accepting the unknown. I have faith that the universe has a meaningful path in store for me. I eagerly move forward, ready to write the next inspiring part of my story. Okay, this is getting a little bit creepy. Excuse me. It's a wonderful card, and it goes right along. I'm amazed. I've been doing this for a few months, this affirmation tarot stuff, and I am absolutely amazed how a lot of the time these cards align with one another, from the Mindset Mastery to the Rethink cards, how they all have a tendency to align and be on course with the ideology and what we're talking about. And I'm starting to think that maybe this isn't just for you, that maybe this is the universe's way of telling me to go with the flow and stop trying to force things. I'm big hypocrite when it comes to stuff like that. It's hard for me to let go. It's hard for me to not control things. It's hard for me to let the universe guide me where it wants me to be. So this might not be for you. This could just possibly be for me too, for all of us. Anyway, so new beginnings. I know I started mine earlier this week with the beginning of November with working on creating some new keto-friendly recipes, things that I can snack on that won't throw my blood sugar off and that are going to hopefully help me lose a few pounds, because I have been on the junk food binge for a long time. So actually longer than I wanted to, and it's just not going to get any better with the holidays coming up. So my cookies, my peanut butter chocolate cookies turned out really good, and yes, they are peanut butter and they are chocolate made with Dutch pressed cocoa that I had up in the cabinet. I've had it up there since the beginning of the year. I don't go out and these are things that I just keep there. And peanut butter, usually that's the dogs. I get the 4-pound tub, and that lasts the dog and her pill, her medication, pretty much quite a while. I do steal from it once in a while. She doesn't mind. But that and a little bit of bamboo flour that I had in the pantry, and a little bit of almond flour that I had left over, and an egg. Now, I can't eat a lot of eggs because I, at one point in time, pretty much lived on eggs, so I developed a sensitivity to them. But I did have a little bit of Splenda that I could put in there, and it was delicious. It was almost a savory cookie, but it wasn't sickly sweet like the kind that you can get out there in the store. So the cookies turned out good, the crackers turned out good, and I'm going to try the drop frying again at a different time. So we'll see what I can do differently about that one. Anyway, thank you for being here. If you have any questions about anything, if you have anything to say about anything, about the concept of Wu Wei, if you have trouble letting go and letting the universe put you where it needs you to be or wants you to be, hit the like and subscribe button, and leave a comment down there so I know I'm not alone in this. Anyway, and maybe we'll get on the track where we talk about a few other principles, like Kaizen and Ikigai and Shoshin. So relatively simple concepts. If you want to hear more about those, please do feel free to, again, leave a comment. And until next time, thank you for being here. Stay safe, stay well, and have a wonderful weekend. Bye now.